Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we've got a really easy tip on how to EQ toms using two simple tools, an analyzer and an EQ plugin. In this case, I'm using Voxengo Span as my analyzer, and I'm using an SSL style EQ, UAD's SSL 4000E channel strip, because I like to use those on drums. But you could use your built-in stock plugins with your DAW and achieve the same result. It's 4 basic EQ moves after we get the analysis done. So the basic first thing we do is analyze the tom sound. We're going to do a rack tom first here. And I did a little loop over one tom hit to make it easier to pick up on the analysis here. We're going to let the analyzer check it out and then hit hold so we can capture what's going on with its frequency response. There we go. So what this analysis shows us is a couple of things. First of all, where that main fundamental of the tom is. In this case, it's just over 100 hertz. It's going to show us where there's kind of a stick slap high overtone up here, usually in the 3 to 4K area. I think it's just above 4K in this case. And that's the two main areas we want to boost. So you want to boost the fundamental, boost that stick attack sound. The other EQ move is to cut a lot of that mud out in between, all in this mids and low mids area, and then high pass filter to get any sub junk out. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to leave this small tom loop on and process with the SSL. First, I'll do the high pass filter. I'll boost the low end. I'll boost the top end. I'll cut the mids out. Now you hear the filter doesn't do anything. It's just getting the subs out. Down to 100 hertz here. It's usually 6 to 9 dB of boost. There we go. This top end was around 4K. Just a little bit of snappiness of the drumstick. And that in-between area, it's around 1K. So we go to the low mid band, wide Q, pull a lot out. Now we want to be careful we don't go too far here, because if we pull too much out, it really hollows the drum out too much. And it's dead. This is what you're taking out. All that boxiness. So there it is, simple as that. We boosted the fundamental, boosted the stick attack, cut out in between, and high pass filtered up to the fundamental. And we went from this sound to this. You put that in the context of a full phrase here. Here it is without the processing. And processing in. If it's too much in that low end, you can pull it back a little bit. But I kind of like it boosted up like that. Now, if we jump over to the floor tom from the rack tom, we'll do the same process. The only difference this time is that I substituted out the SSL EQ for the stock PreSonus EQ. Still using Voxengo Span as my analyzer here, which is a great tool and a free analyzer. So we'll let that drum hit play. And we get the same kind of idea here. We've got our fundamental around 70 hertz or so. That stick attack is up around 3.5K probably. And we're going to high pass everything up to the fundamental. Push that stick attack up, cut out everything in between. So let's do the high pass first. We're looking at almost 70. All right, so we go to our low mid band here, engage it. I'll just type in 70 hertz, boost it up. That top end up here is about 4K or so. We'll go to the mid band here, get it around 4K. Find right in between and cut all that junk in between with a pretty wide Q. And we went from this to this. just a lot tighter sounding, a lot more of that fundamental. Now it's a little out of control right now because we're not using any compression or anything, but that's the basic process. You high pass filter up to the fundamental, boost the fundamental, boost the stick attack, and cut everything else in between. Simple tom trick to get really professional sounding toms with a few simple EQ moves. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.